What up, body bags? BDG reviews here. What I got for you tonight is an interesting little flick. This is called A Woman in the Chair. This is a horror pack limited edition. I'm not sure how else you can see this movie. I'm sure they probably have a DVD release and maybe like a streaming somewhere. I don't know. The basic plot of this movie: it takes place in Japan, and it follows a guy who's a YouTuber. Essentially, he goes around to, like, haunted places. It's never really said if he's trying to debunk them or whether he's just trying to, like, investigate them and stuff. But he ends up... Well, he has this fan, this girl, the main female lead, I'll say that. She's a fan, and her, like, boyfriend slash fiance is, he's having, like, this get-together of all these, like, investors and everything, and she says, you should bring this guy, he's, there's something, he's got something here, so they bring him along, and essentially he says, I make videos, I do YouTube stuff, and I've found a ghost. He's found this old house, and when he goes in, there's a woman sat in a chair, and she's a ghost. What makes it interesting is this is repeatable. Every time he goes, she's always there. Anyone he takes with him, they see her too. So, your standard thought pattern, like, oh, okay, like, he's like, I want to, like, study this, I want to know what's going on. The boyfriend slash fiance of the girl is automatically like, we could make some money off this, let's like have tours. And that's essentially what they do. They start having people come around and look at this ghost woman. What they don't realize is the fact that people who look at this ghost woman, they tend to, like, get obsessed and kind of, like, really almost cursed. Bad stuff happens to them. Bit by bit, the ghost starts changing. It starts off looking just like, a woman. Then it starts looking like more of a dead woman. And then eventually it ends up with, like, these big giant fangs and everything. And the main character brings up an interesting point. He brings up this point, and it's something I wish would be covered in more movies, honestly, because it's an interesting idea. And that's, everyone has, like, the stereotypical, thought of what a ghost or a demon looks like, And essentially the point he brings up is maybe we all have this common, like, stereotype because that's what they actually look like, and it's like hardwired in our DNA, like, this is the enemy, this is something to be afraid of, we just automatically know what it is. I dig that. I think it's a cool little idea. The effects in this movie, honestly, are quite good, considering, like, this, I don't know what the budget of this is, but I'm assuming it was quite low, because it's, it's not like, let me put it this way, like, this, it doesn't feel like a Blumhouse type release or anything like this. It feels like an independent-made movie. So I don't know what the budget is, but the effects are pretty good, honestly. There's a few questionable things every now and then, but that's okay. What this movie does wrong, and there's only really one thing I feel it does wrong, and that is the ending feels very rushed to me. It's almost like they were making the movie, everything was going fine, then all of a sudden they just ran out of money, and it was like, well, we gotta end this, throw something together. That's kind of how it feels to me. That might not have been the case. It might have just been how they planned to end it, but I don't know. The ending just felt rushed. It felt, like the movie was here, coming along, doing nice, and then just kind of like, bleh. But that's just me, right? All in all, a really solid movie. I give it 8.5 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen it, definitely try to see it. That's it for now. See you next time.